Welcome, beautiful people, to this really special live Q-RIT process. I'm going to take you through a quantum regression and integration therapy process, exactly what I do with my one-on-one clients. In full honesty, I have never done this before in this way where I share it with you all for free. Usually people pay me for this. And I was just guided today because we're running a training, a 2-day training where you can become a certified Q-RIT practitioner in a few days. It's this Saturday and this Sunday. And if anyone's watching on the replay, we have a recorded version of it too, so you can do it anytime. And I got this idea that a lot of people have probably seen me posting about quantum regression. Maybe they're curious, but they don't really know what it is. And this idea that some people kind of want to try before they buy. It's like, what am I getting myself into before I commit, a couple of days of my life, and how could it really help me? So thank you for being a part of this. And I will share this in a way where everybody gets whatever is in their highest good. That is always my intention. And that is one of the core principles in Q-RIT. When we come from that place, my intention is to be a vessel for the highest good of all. I don't have any script. I don't know what I'll say. I don't know where this is going to go, but it's always perfect because that's the way that we play it. And Q-RIT, just to tell you a little bit about it so you can really settle in and relax and surrender. So quantum regression and integration therapy, Q-RIT. I was traveling around India. I was writing a book. I do this thing called channeled writing. It's you connect into this energy that creates everything. Whatever you call that energy that creates everything, the energy that turns an apple seed into an apple tree and makes an apple tree produce apples every year. Whatever you call that, there's no alignment with any particular religion here. You don't need any kind of spiritual beliefs. It's a universal tool that anyone can tap into. We have Q-RIT practitioners from every faith background, from countries all over the world, and everyone can benefit from this. There's no dogma here. What I do share is a lot of quantum physics, quantum mechanics, things that have been proven in experiments repeatedly, and that hopefully helps the people who have the more kind of logic mind to be able to settle and relax into it. I am a big geek. Let me know if anyone here is a geek. You can put geek in the comments. I love all things quantum physics, quantum mechanics, but I'm also a channel, a medium. I have loads of psychic gifts and abilities activated. And that all happened once I got this connection to this energy that creates everything in 2016. So since then, I've been working on opening myself, channeling, and being the clearest vessel for this energy that I can possibly be. And it's been a wonderful journey. So I was there in India. I got sent to this little village in the Himalayan mountains, and I'm writing and I'm channeling this book. And it's a whole book. It's called Find Your Truth. It's 80,000 words, 13 chapters. And it told me in the book to create this modality called Q-RIT. And it said, whatever is happening in your life, we can cure it with Q-RIT. And I thought, that's cute. I like that. I like when it, yeah, something kind of like that. And it basically told me that anything that's happening in people's lives, whether it's physical health issues, mental health challenges, emotional blockages, energetic things that are weighing them down, if they're suppressing their superpowers, if they've got limiting beliefs, phobias, fears, anxiety, depression, anything like that, we can literally cure it. And quantum healing is phenomenal. If you've ever tapped into quantum healing, the possibilities with quantum healing are infinite. So a really famous doctor called Dr. Joe Dispenza, he broke his back in an accident. He was told he would need to have these surgeries and have these rods up his spine and he would never walk again. And he just said no. He said, I'm going to heal myself. And he went into his hospital room and he used the power of his consciousness and the power of this energy, this universal intelligence, whatever you want to call that. He imagined his spine healing vertebrae by vertebrae. And as he did that, he could feel himself starting to heal. And after 3 months, he could walk again without any surgeries. And now he's spent the last 2 decades running seminars. He puts you on brain scanners. He does MRIs. He like shows you what happens when you tap into these super conscious things using the quantum field, which is what we're going to do today. And people come to his retreats in wheelchairs, and 5 days later, they can walk again. And this isn't anything to do with Dr. Joe Dispenza, particularly because there are loads of teachers who teach this. I met someone recently. He's a powerful quantum healer. He went to another seminar, different person, different technique. And someone, again, was in a wheelchair. They hadn't walked in over 10 years. And after just a few days, they could walk. Nobody touched them. It's about using the power of the cosmos, of your mind, of your body, of your being, and looking at things from this quantum perspective. So what does quantum mean? Quantum, the etymology of it, means observing things at the smallest possible observable particle level. So it's at the energy of the wave, right? It's at the level of the wave, of the particle, the energy level. So when we talk about quantum regression, how this is different to normal regression. When I learned hypnotherapy, that's my background. I also learned theta healing. I've been practicing shamanism since like 7 years now. I've done ceremonies with shamans all over the world, hundreds of them of all different kinds. I learned something called spiritual regression, which a lot of people know as past life regression. And then I had this amazing regression teacher who I became his apprentice, and I trained with him for several years. One of the challenges that I had is, even though I was learning these amazing energy things, energy healing things like Reiki, it was phenomenal. I learned how to move energy with my hands, people were crying and shifting. I just found I didn't quite have the tool to get to the depth that I needed to get to. It wasn't pinpoint precision enough until I got into shamanism and I learned this shamanic energy healing way where it is very precise. And then I learned this regression therapy, and regression is about going to the root cause of why the thing shows up. So everything that is going on in your life, every single thing is there for a reason. There is a message in it. And I know some of the people who are tuning in here are wanting to have a deeper connection with their highest self. There is a reason why you don't have that right now. It is a purposeful blockage. There is something there that you have created either in your childhood or some trauma, or it can even be passed down from ancestral lines. And the reason why it's called quantum regression is because it can also be multidimensional. There's something purposefully that's stopping you from being that. And this isn't a bad thing. It's not a negative thing. And I invite everyone, if you can, just try this on as a possibility. If you take a nice deep breath into your belly and out, and just for the purposes of this session, try and hold this idea that there's no good or bad, nothing's right or wrong. It's all just energy. We're just playing with energy. That's what the quantum field shows us. Everything is energy. You are literally a being of pure energy. We think we're solid and fixed, but if you zoom in on yourself with a microscope, you are just particles and waves zooming around. So is a rock, so is everything. And if you think about a broken spine as this physical bone that you have to heal, it's very difficult maybe to think about that. If you think about your spine as this energy, it's quite easy to see energy manipulating itself, isn't it? And so playing with this idea that you are energy, that there is some kind of energetic blockage, there's something that's stopping you from being fully connected. And if we can look at just a reason why that might be, if you were born with all your superpowers activated, full connection to your higher self, able to heal people with your mind, how do you think your life would be? It would be very different, wouldn't it? Maybe that was you. Maybe that was you. Who knows? In spiritual regression, there's this amazing modality called Life Between Lives by Michael Newton. Got the book right here in my hand. He shows that we choose our lifetimes. That time doesn't work in the way we think it does. It's not linear like past to future. Everything's happening now in this now moment, and we choose our family. We choose where we're born. It's kind of like we're given a movie script. And we get these different choices. You could go and be an actor in New York, or you could be a cocktail waitress in Spain, or you could come and be a billionaire in London, or, you know, you get to choose where you want to play. And that we all choose these lives that we live, and we choose our parents, and we choose the level of consciousness that we come in at to have a certain experience. And this idea of radical responsibility, you know, whether you believe that or not, is something really cool to play with, because you can be a victim and you can blame other people for your life, and that's totally a valid choice if that is how you want to play the game. Or you can choose to be radically responsible for everything that shows up in your life. If you can be that, you are then empowered. If you're a victim, you're disempowered. You're always at the mercy of someone else, and someone else's decisions can either make or break your day. So it's your choice. Do you want to be empowered? And that doesn't mean that everything that happens to us we're just okay with, because there's some things on this planet right now that are really twisted. And maybe you're one of the people who's here to break those cycles. Maybe you're one of the people who's here to transform this world. You know in your heart if you're one of those system busters, cycle breakers. Maybe you were born into your family. Maybe you chose to be. So you could learn what you don't want, and then you can be a different embodiment. You can be an example of this new way of living. I know I'm a dad. I've got a 3-year-old daughter and a 6-month-old daughter. I'm such a good dad to them. I'm such a conscious dad, as much as I possibly can be, because I had a really challenging upbringing. I had a lot of love in my upbringing too, but I had a lot of trauma. And so everything in the cosmos is working out for us. Everything is here to either help us know who we do want to be or who we don't. And again, I'm not saying this is absolute truth. This is my truth right now at the time of speaking this. You can try these on as possibilities. Hopefully this softens and helps you to relax into the session. So in hypnotherapy, if anyone is a hypnotherapist, if you've ever dived into that, you typically go and you do this course and you learn these scripts, and hypnotherapy sessions are usually about 3 hours long. And you tell them you want to quit smoking or lose weight or whatever it is, and they plug that into the script, and then they read the script. And while you're first starting out, it's very clumsy because you can tell that they're reading from the script, but it's so powerful. Hypnotherapy is one of the most powerful modalities ever. And quantum hypnotherapy is a whole deeper level. So when I did my hypnotherapy course and I learned this, I did not like it. I did not like reading from the scripts, but I did it and it worked. And then my hypnotherapy teacher told me 95% of what we do is bullshit. He said, you don't need to do it. He said, you don't need to take people down the staircase, and you don't need to get people's eyes feeling heavy. He says, you know, some hypnotherapists, they just click their fingers and people are in the state. And you've probably seen that. He says, why we do the long scripts is because people have this expectation. And if you just get them in the state like that, resolve their thing, and then they come out and it's been a 10-minute process, he says, people won't pay you. So it's like there's this whole theater piece that happens. And I really found that when I was going through this traditional hypnotherapy that I was taught. And then I did this course called Theta Healing. And if anyone's done Theta Healing, it's one of my highest recommendations. Theta Healing gets you to clear the programs into this theta brainwave state. So your brain is reprogrammable. You have something called neuroplasticity. You can rewire your nervous system, and they get you into the state in a moment. And I thought, wow, well, I can combine that part with the hypnotherapy, with the shamanism, with all these other things I've learned too. And that is basically what Q-RIT is. And one of the differentiators with Q-RIT is the integration therapy part. So when we go through the session, you will, at the end of the session, come up with these aligned actions. Your life will be different after today. It cannot be the same. It is physically impossible. After you have this process, you will be different, upgraded, transformed. The level to which that transformation happens is up to you. Some people love to have these big breakthroughs, and some people prefer more subtle breakthroughs. It's not good or bad or right or wrong or better or worse. It's totally up to you. But if you go to the jungle and you do some kind of plant medicine, one of my friends did this. He had these huge awakening experiences, and then he had to come back to London and live in the city, and it took him a month to be able to even operate and function in the human realm again. There was no integration there for him. And so I actually think sometimes that is not the optimal way. So when I got told to call it Q-RIT and the integration therapy, these aligned actions that you get, make sure to take them. Make sure to find some kind of support system. That's what we do in our Q-RIT. So if you come and do our course, you learn the course, you become a certified practitioner, you're then in the community, and we're here for each other. Once you're a Q-RIT member, it's just £222 for the whole course. It's a 2-day event. We're doing it this Saturday and Sunday, or there's a recorded version if people are wanting to watch it on the recording. It's £222. You become a level 1 certified practitioner. Then you can have unlimited sessions with the other practitioners. So you basically never need to pay for therapy again. This is one of the key differences out of any other modality I've ever learned. When I learned hypnotherapy, you learn it and then you're just on your way. When I learned Reiki, you learn it and you just left to your own devices. I don't feel like that's the optimal way. So become a part of the community. We have business trainings. We teach you how to get clients if you're interested in that, how you can thrive financially, how you can work on your health, all different things. It's really beautiful. We do social things as well. We meditate together, breath work, do ceremonies. We hang out in person as well. So it's a whole vibe. And I woke up at 3 a.m. a few months ago, and I picked up my pen and my hand just starts writing itself. It's called channeled writing. If anyone does that, incredible gift to learn. And it told me this new mission, which is to create 1 million quantum healers by 2027. It said, this is how we transform the world. 1 million people doing these quantum healing sessions. If every person is doing 3 sessions a week, that's 156 a year. So that's 156 million sessions done every year. How fast can we transform the world? And if I give you some examples of what's possible with quantum healing, we had someone who came and they just learned Q-RIT. They had this pain in their jaw for 10 years. They had surgeries and therapies and nothing worked. A brand new practitioner who just learned it. Q-RIT is basically 11 steps. That's it. It's just this 11-step process I'm about to take you through. They learned the 11 steps. They guided this person through. You connect to the pain, follow it back, regress, follow it back to the root of where it was. They saw this image from when they were a child and they were holding on to this thing from their childhood. You release it and you let it go by following the 11 steps. Their pain went away and it never came back. 10 years of pain gone in 1 hour, totally gone. One of our other practitioners, they're a Reiki master. We get a lot of like Reiki masters, hypnotherapy masters who come and they do the course and they say it's one of the best courses they've ever done. Some say it's the best course because it's just straight to the point. And this Reiki master came and she, Reiki is amazing. And I really recommend learning how to use energy healing. We actually teach it in our Q-RIT level 2. We teach this different kind of energy healing, how you can channel your own unique frequency of energy healing. She got this 12-year-old girl who has anxiety, crippling anxiety. So she did 1 session with her and connected to the anxiety. You go to the root of where the anxiety comes from, following the 11 steps. She found that this little 12-year-old girl had this fear of dying. Really normal, right? But no therapist or anyone had ever asked her to go to the root of it. They didn't know how. So they went to the root, they cleared it from her brain, from her being, you have to also clear it on the cellular level and the DNA level as well, because it can be passed down from your ancestors. She cleared it. That little girl now is a perfectly healthy, happy 12-year-old girl. Anxiety gone in 1 session. So if we have 1 million people doing this, how many children can we help? How many people can we help? How much pain can we end? What diseases can we solve? And I had a client recently, this is the last thing I'll share and then we'll get into it. She came to me, I was doing some talks at a festival and doing some sessions. She says she has type 1 diabetes, which apparently is incurable according to conventional medicine. She said, can we cure it? So I tuned in and I just asked and I said, yeah, of course we can. And then I just messaged on my social media because I've got loads of great healers and things. And I said, hey, has anyone ever cured anyone of type 1 diabetes? And loads of people saying, yeah, it's easy, it's easy, it's easy. They tell you it's incurable, but it's not incurable. Everything is possible with quantum healing. And there's a speaker called Abraham Hicks, and someone asked her a question at a conference once. She channels this energy. She said, well, if anything's possible with healing, then why don't people who've had their arm amputated grow their arm back? And Abraham said, well, they could, but just no one believes that they can. And so it's this idea that whatever you believe is true. So I really encourage you, open heart, open mind, soften. Let's see what magic we can create today. Everything is possible in this realm. Any kind of dis-ease, physical health issues, mental health issues, emotional blockages. A lot of people have their hearts closed because of trauma. This was my story until I was 27 years old. My wife was actually the person who opened my heart again. She cracked it wide open. I was so scared to let anybody in. And my wife had been abused when she was younger. She'd been through therapy. She'd been in an institution for a whole year. And she learned these questions to ask that just crack your heart wide open. And that's a big piece you'll come to do when you learn Q-RIT. You will just know the exact thing to say to crack that person wide open so they can feel again, so they can love again, so they can enjoy life. So let's do this. So if you're ready, all you need to do is get nice and comfy. We're going to be in this process for around about 25 minutes. It can be really good throughout the process to close down the eyes. When we have our eyes open, we can get distractions in through the eyes. So closing down the eyes. And breathing deeply into the belly. So when you breathe in, your belly should go out. And when you breathe out, your belly should go in. And when you breathe in this way, really connecting in with your body with every breath, something magical happens on the out breath. Try again, take a nice deep breath in and out. And you notice on the out breath, there's this moment you get, this moment of peace, this moment of no-thingness. This place of no mind is a great way to access this energy of the quantum field. Just try again, take a nice deep breath in and out. So anytime you find yourself coming into your head, the invitation is to come back to the breath. Just breathe deep into the belly and out. So we're going to play with energy today, setting the intention that whatever shows up for you is the perfect thing. And if you would like to, if there's anything you would love to tune into now, to ask to be surrounded in the most beautiful love energy, whoever or whatever you believe in, this energy that creates everything, just asking to be surrounded in that love, to be held. Maybe you can feel what that feels like, to be held in love, to be supported in the perfect way. And remembering that our brain and our body, they don't know the difference between something we vividly imagine and something that's actually real. So when you imagine yourself surrounded in love, and maybe you can see that has a color, maybe it looks a certain way to you, maybe it has a feeling or a texture. Everyone perceives things in different ways, and however you perceive it is perfect for you. Feeling what that feels like to be surrounded in love starts to release all of these different things in your brain, these different chemicals, starts to open your body, your heart, your cells, your DNA start to shift and change just by feeling that feeling of love. Maybe you can imagine when you breathe in, maybe you can breathe that love into your body, coming from that purest source, whatever you call that. Maybe you can feel, as you're doing this now, you're already starting to raise your vibration. Maybe you can feel tingling in your arms or legs. Maybe you can start to feel your vibration literally raising. And as you breathe in, imagine when you breathe in, you can breathe all the way down to the very base of your spine, deep down into the belly. Feel that love energy coming in all the way into very lowest energy centers, filling you up, filling up every fiber of your being with this love. And just softening and relaxing. There's nothing you need to do. And taking a moment now to maybe just feel what it feels like to be really grounded, really connected into your body. This amazing body that you have that allows you to navigate this world. And so often when I do client sessions, people take their body for granted. Your body is one of the most incredible pieces of technology ever made. The body is this vehicle, and it tells you, gives you messages all the time if it needs you to change or shift things to come into alignment. So one of the key things with Q-RIT is to listen to these messages in our body. It might be an ache, it might be a pain, it might be a tingle, it might be a dis-ease or a condition that you have. Could be something like anxiety or depression. Could be a blockage. You could want to dive into abundance, the energy of abundance. You could want to dive into activating your gifts and abilities. This feeling of being connected to your higher self. So you take a deep breath into your belly and out. Just tune in to your body and just see what is trying to get your attention right now. And trust the first thing that comes up. It's always the first thing. What is the thing that's trying to get your attention right now? So once you have that thing, just going to invite you now to bring your consciousness to it and allow yourself to feel it fully. So if it's a pain, bring your sensation, bring your attention to the sensation, bring your consciousness there. Not trying to change it, not trying to make it mean anything, just being with it. If it's a feeling, if it's guilt or anger or frustration or sadness or grief, being with it and just seeing, where does that live in your body? If it was to live somewhere, where would it live? And then identifying that area and seeing if it was to have some kind of color, what color would it be? And again, just trusting the first thing. We're just playing with energy. And as you bring your awareness there and you connect to it even deeper, if it was to have some kind of texture or shape, what would it look like? How would it feel? Remembering that this is a messenger. Even if it's uncomfortable, it's here because there's something in your life that's not aligned now, that's not optimal. It's inviting you to listen to its wisdom so you can make the changes. And a lot of people, they ignore them, they push down the sensations, they take pain medications, they just numb themselves with alcohol or food or TV, and they don't listen to their body's wisdom, and then they end up getting into these real intense situations. And you don't need to get into those real intense situations if you can learn to listen to the whispers. So being with this sensation, allowing yourself to just sit with it. And I know that might be uncomfortable. Just take a nice deep breath and allow yourself to feel it fully. Knowing that you are held in this love, knowing that everything that comes up for you is perfect. Amazing. And so now bringing your attention back to this love energy that you are surrounded in. And breathing more of that love into your body. And as you breathe that love into your body, see that it surrounds this area, wherever this thing is, this blockage, this sensation, this pain, this ache, this disease, wherever it is in your body, see it gets completely surrounded in this love energy. And as it gets completely surrounded in this love energy, see that it starts to change and shift. See that the love starts to soften it. However you perceive it, the love might have a color, you might see it as a light. There's loads of different ways. And as it starts to soften this energy, see it starts to transmute itself into something kind of like a smoky substance. Maybe it has a color. What color is it? Maybe you can see that color of smoke. And then as you take another breath in, see that this love energy can wash away some of that smoky color, whatever it is for you, and you can breathe it out in front of you in this huge cloud of this smoke. Allow that energy to leave your physical body. Imagine it gathering in front of you in this big cloud, and every breath you take, breathe in more love. It washes away more of this energy that no longer serves you, and you can breathe it all out there in front of you. And see that after you take 3 more deep breaths, that every last trace of this color, shape, energy is completely gone from your body. And it's all gathered in front of you there in this huge cloud of smoke. And if you perceive it differently, that's totally okay too. The feeling is taking it out from your physical body, bringing it in front of you. And now, using the power of your consciousness, take in another deep breath of this purest love energy. And then blow that smoke away, blow that energy away, just blow it away. See it will be gone forever, transmuted into love, sent to the highest and best place for it at this time. And as it's blown away, as it's transmuted, see the smoke clears. And as the smoke clears, see that there's a figure standing there. And tell me, who is it? What do they look like? What do you see? And some people will see it really clearly, just like an image. Some people, it'll be more of a feeling or a knowingness. Some people, it's very present and strong, and sometimes it's more subtle. Trusting that this is the perfect thing. And sometimes it's a really beautiful energy, and sometimes it's challenging. And whatever it is, sometimes we have to go in and clean out some of these uncomfortable feelings. And sometimes we just get blasted off into another dimension and everything's beautiful. Again, nothing's good or bad or right or wrong. And every Q-RIT process ends beautifully. So just being with this energy that's come here today. And as you tune into this energy, if it was to have a message for you, what would it say? And trust the first thing, always the first thing. And you can ask it and have a full 2-way conversation with it if you'd like to. You can ask it, why are you here today? What is your message? And whether you believe this is a real energy that's come here today, or whether you believe this is your subconscious mind, it really makes no difference, because it's your body and it's your being's way of processing these emotions and these energies, because emotions is energy in motion. Instead of suppressing them, we want to process them. We want to learn from them. We want to get the message so we can make the shifts. And so tuning into this energy now, and it's up to you how you interact with this energy, remembering you are in fullest control. This is your process to up-level your life. So breathing, softening and relaxing. Having the bravery and the courage to be with whatever is here. And seeing now that this energy, it wants to show you something. So when you're ready, take a deep breath in and out. And using the power of your consciousness, allow yourself to dive inside this energy. And as you dive inside this energy, see that you get shown a scene really clearly, just like a movie. Maybe you can see it and hear it and feel it and taste it and touch it as if it's happening right now. Maybe it's a knowingness for you, or maybe you perceive it in a different way. Just tuning in to the reason why this showed up, going right to the root of it. Follow that thread all the way back and see what comes up for you. Why is this thing here today? And using the power of your consciousness, just allow it to play out like a movie. See how you feel. And it's kind of like being a detective. Obviously, in a one-on-one session, I can guide you more directly. So in this kind of a session, it's up to you to play with this energy. And we're looking for the reason. We're looking for the breakthrough. We're looking for the gift in this situation. What happened that made you make this decision? Or what wants to show itself to you now to help you get to your next level? This energy of being curious, it's a very powerful one. In my view of the world, nothing is good or bad or right or wrong. Even the most intense things, even the most painful diseases. A lot of people get cancer and then they totally change their life around. They realize how important health is. They make up with their families. You know, it's not always a bad thing. It can be deeply unpleasant for as long as we allow it to be, until we get the breakthrough. And so spending another minute or so here, see if there's anything else. What we're really looking for here is if there was a root cause of why this thing is showing up in your life, or if there was something that you can change or shift to allow this area of your life to flow more, what would that be? And again, trusting. Looking for this aha moment. Every cloud has a silver lining. Even the deepest traumas, they teach you either who you do want to be or who you don't want to be. Maybe when you were a child, you made a program, a decision to be a certain way because something happened, or maybe it shows you a past life or one of your ancestors' lifetimes, or maybe it is something completely abstract. It's all beautiful. And whatever shows up for you, a big part of it is just to allow yourself to feel it, because the feeling is what starts everything moving and shifting. And now, as we bring this part of the process to a close, taking a nice deep breath into the body and out, and allowing yourself to come back fully into your body, bringing with you all the wisdom from that experience that's in your highest good. And as you come back fully into your body, see that figure that showed up for you at the start. What do they look like now? What do they feel like? How have things changed or shifted? And now, using the power of your consciousness, ask to be shown the grandest version of the greatest vision of what is possible for you in this area of your life. Ask to be shown the grandest version of the greatest vision of what's possible for you in this area of your life. And again, you might see it really clearly like a movie. It might be a knowingness. So whatever you've dived into today, what is possible for you in this lifetime, and allow your consciousness to go there. Remembering time doesn't exist in the way we think it does. So you can literally travel to this other timeline, feel it. Could be in 1 month or 1 year or 10 years, whatever you feel is the optimal, highest version of you that they want to show you right now. And how does that version of you look? How do they feel? And once you have this connection to this more empowered version of you, they can become your mentor and your guide. You can call on them anytime that you want to. All you have to do is take a deep breath, close your eyes, imagine them in front of you, and they can start to give you guidance and wisdom. It's like putting this into your GPS system in your phone, in a map. I call it your quantum GPS. This is a destination. You can say to the cosmos, yes, I would love to align with this if that feels right for you. And it can set you on a path and bring you the people and the resources and the courses and the trainings and the teachers and the healers and everything that you need to be able to get to or align with this version of you, because they already exist, just in a different place. And if you believe it, and I really do, this is a part of your higher self that you can communicate with. So if you were to ask them for some advice, any question, knowing they can answer you from this higher perspective of consciousness, what would you want to ask them right now? And see that you can have a full two-way conversation with them, just like you can with me. Let them answer. You can ask for as much detail as you want. You can write down the answers if you want to, if it feels important. You can come back to this state very easily, just taking a breath. Writing things down doesn't take you out of the quantum state. And the more you practice quantum regression, the more you practice this state, it just becomes easier and easier. So this becomes your default. You can then tap in a moment. What does this version of you want to share? And you can ask a question. If there was one thing that you could change or shift or create that would bring you into alignment with this version of you, what would the one thing be? You can write that down. What would the one thing be? And thanking this version of you. And if it feels right for you, letting them know you would love to connect with them more deeply. Letting them know that you're open to receiving more wisdom from them. And just before we wrap up this part of the process, just asking them, is there anything else that they would love to share with you? What would that be? Do they have a gift for you? And again, just flowing with whatever shows up. And when you're ready, taking a nice deep breath into the body, coming back fully into your body now, bringing with you all the best parts from that part of the session. And seeing now this figure that showed up at the start. How do they look? How do they feel? What's their energy like? And with this newer awareness, with this full awareness that you have now, if there was anything else they wanted to say to you, what would they want to say? If there was anything you wanted to say to them, what would you want to say? And we're now going to ask this energy that creates everything, whatever you like to call that, to cleanse you, your physical, mental, emotional, and energetic body in the purest love. You can imagine it coming from the purest source, surrounding you, surrounding your room, in this love energy, however that looks or feels to you. We're going to ask that anything that no longer serves you is released, removed, and cleared across all time frames, all dimensions, all planes of reality, in all directions of space and time, all the way down your ancestral line, down into your cellular level, down into your DNA structure. Any pacts or agreements or contracts or decisions or energetic cords, any oaths or bonds that you have ever made or that have ever been made to you that anyone in your ancestral line ever made, anything that's been holding you back and keeping you stuck, that you're ready to let go of right now, we're going to ask that it's transmuted into love and sent to the highest and best place for it at this time. There's nothing you need to do. Just breathe, soften, and relax. And allowing this energy, this universal intelligence, whatever you call that, to take away these weights, these things that have been weighing you down, to transmute them into love, send them to the highest and best place for them. Just feel what that feels like to become lighter. You can imagine as well, there's a beautiful color that I like to work with, if this feels right for you, called the violet flame energy. And this violet flame energy, I imagine myself surrounded in it. It literally evaporates and burns away anything that's not in my highest good. I breathe it into my cells, into my DNA. It comes into my bones and into my blood, and it literally just only the things that are in my highest good can remain. Feel what that feels like to be lighter and freer. When we let go of these things, it creates this beautiful void, this sacred emptiness. And from that place, letting go of, releasing this energy, whatever showed up earlier, seeing they are transmuted into the love, sent off to the highest and best place for them at this time, leaving you to be with your fullest self. And now you get to choose what you would love to activate in your body, in your being. So if you were to fill your body and your being up with some kind of frequency or energy, what would that be? It could be love or kindness, compassion, bravery, courage. Could be the energy of that version of you saw who's already done everything. Maybe you can just activate that in your being, and you can call on them anytime at the start of your day. Just close your eyes, take a breath, activate that in your energy field. It literally changes your point of attraction for the whole day. You can do this multiple times throughout the day. Anytime you need to, you get to consciously choose the energy that's in your vessel. And now that you know that, that could transform your entire life as you become this even more powerful, conscious creator of your reality. So now, as we bring this process to a close, just asking for any final adjustments to be made to your physical, mental, emotional, and energetic bodies. Maybe you'll feel some clicks as your spine might straighten. Maybe you can literally feel your brain rewiring itself to the optimal levels. Maybe you can feel your nervous system relaxing. Maybe you can feel your cells being cleansed and cleared, your DNA activating. Maybe you can see your DNA activating. These different parts that were just not switched on now, switch on. It's called epigenetics. It's what we teach a lot about in Q-RIT. Remembering how powerful you are. And coming back to your body, feeling really grounded, fully embodied. Taking a nice deep breath. Thanking whoever or whatever you believe in for this process. Thanking whoever or whatever you believe in for this life. And in your own time, you might have a nice stretch. Open your eyes. And without speaking or moving, I invite you to just take a few minutes to journal down anything that you would love to remember from this process. Any key things that came up for you. And most importantly, ask, what are the aligned actions for me to take so that I can thrive in this next part of my life? What are the key aligned actions I can take? Might be one, you might have three, you might write 10 pages full. From this place of connection to your highest self and to the quantum field, this place of knowingness, what needs to shift? You don't necessarily need to know the how right now. that's something we can work on, or you can again connect in, tune in and ask the how. You can get the step-by-step plan. Just for now, what are some of the aligned actions that will make a huge difference in your life? You could ask as well, how can I get the right support system? Is it to find a coach, a healer? Is it to join the Q-RIT? Is it to come be a part of our community? I can help you if you want to do some one-on-one sessions. When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Maybe I'm that teacher, maybe it's someone else. You know how your life has been so far, and you know if you stay the same, what the trajectory would be. And you know, if you take these aligned actions, how it can change everything. And change can be scary. Change can also be exciting, can be wonderful. I kind of like that feeling where things are a bit nervous and a bit exciting. Do I even know if I can do it? Where your tummy's doing flips. You get to choose how you play this next chapter of your life, of the game. And just give you 30 more seconds to write down any last things, and then please do come back. Write in the comments or in the chat if you feel to, if you're happy to share. Or you can send me a message, let me know what came up for you. What are the next steps for your life? If I can support you in any way, please do let me know. It's my deepest joy to mentor people, to guide people. I absolutely love helping people thrive. And I love playing with people who are already thriving. I love playing with the people who have the sparkle in their eyes, who have the open hearts and the open minds, the ones who know that life is made to be enjoyed, the ones who dance and sing and play. And if you are there, let's play. If you have ideas for collaborations or partnerships, or if you want to come and be a Q-RIT practitioner or a level 2, or even a master practitioner where you then get to teach other people. This is what you do in Reiki. You have a level 1 and then a level 2 and then a master practitioner level. So that's the same with Q-RIT. You could come and be a master practitioner. You can then teach people Q-RIT, train people on them. And we're on this mission to get 1 million quantum healers by 2027. So let me know what benefit you felt from today. Obviously, doing a group process like this isn't as personal. If we were working personally one-on-one, or if you work with another Q-RIT practitioner, we have hundreds of Q-RIT practitioners, soon to be thousands and then millions. You can find a Q-RIT practitioner who can support you, and they can go really deep into the specifics and guide you more clearly. Obviously, this way gives you a flavor of what's possible. And we went through those 11 steps, which is what you learn. So you can basically teach people and take people through this exact process. It's different every time. No 2 sessions have ever been the same. Different things pop up for different people. Sometimes it makes logical sense and sometimes it makes no sense. Sometimes it's really intense and dark and you have to go into clear up some, fear and stuff that's really challenging. And sometimes it's just brilliant and you blast off and you get all these activations and their superpowers switch on. And sometimes there's a lot of tears. Everyone reacts differently. And like I said, some people have these huge awakenings and sometimes it's more subtle. You imagine that even just that thing where we connect into love and you open yourself to feel love. Most people don't even know what love feels like. Unconditional love, real pure love. I can see someone sharing about surrendering and letting go. That is an ongoing process for me. I've gotten really, really good at it. The more Q-RIT practices you do. So with my teacher, I did 12 of these sessions in 12 weeks. We did one every week for 3 months. And he just made me cry like a baby every time. Snot, those real juicy ones. And after those 3 months, I was a totally different person. So if you commit to 3 months, who knows what's possible. And yeah, we have different options. If you want to come and learn this, we have a recorded version of the course the level 1 and a recorded version of the level 2 and a recorded version of the master practitioner. We also have a live version of the level 1 coming up. So if you want to do that, come join us. It's all done through Zoom, just like this. So anyone around the world can tune in. If you join now, if you join today, you can get the recorded version and join the next live version. And you can become a certified practitioner. It's real quick. You learn it in just, the recorded version we have now is 8 hours. We're going to record this new version, which will be about 12 hours. You learn everything you need, the 11 steps. Anyone can do this, even if you've never learned any modality before, or if you're already a master practitioner in something else, this will just be a great tool. And people say this is like the glue that bonds everything else together. They're like, oh yeah, you brought together that and that and that and that from all these different things. And you can help children. Like, we are just about to launch a course called Q-RIT for Children, where we are helping with, like we said, anxiety gone. Some people, it's one session, gone completely. Some people take more than one session, depends on how open they are and how ready they are to let go. Fears and phobias, usually one session. Fear of public speaking. We had a young child who had a fear of dogs, gone in one session. Another one who had a fear of swimming, gone in one session. Now they love the water, now they love dogs. I think about how these fears hold people back. Anyone who's in pain. I had a client who had a trapped nerve in their back. 6 weeks, they were crying, they couldn't sleep. We did one Q-RIT process, tuned into it, went to the root cause, found the cause, cleared it. Their trapped nerve was gone in 1 hour. I never touched them. It was all energetic. Everything is energetic. And so I'm going to pop the link here for anyone who's interested to join Q-RIT. Here's the link. If you were invited here by somebody else, they might have their own link. So if you did get invited by someone, reach out to them. I have a special bonus that I give to people if they recommend this. It's just a nice way I like to support people if they refer their friends, because you might know someone who might love this. So please do put them in touch with me, and let's get these 1 million quantum healers. So if you click the link there, I will just share my screen and I'll show you what this looks like for those of you who are interested. Do let me know more about how you're feeling in the chats as well. So if you click the link, you'll come to this page and you will see right now the recording. You learn it in just 8 hours. There's no scripts. It's a map. It's this 11 steps, and then you can become a certified Q-RIT practitioner. Remember, you get to have unlimited one-on-one sessions with the other practitioners. It's just £222 for the level 1. And it will be my absolute pleasure to have you in our Q-RIT tribe. And you can see some testimonials of people saying it's amazing. You'll love it. Let's get everyone, let's change the world. My invitation for you is to join the tribe. We are also building actual physical communities, so where we actually live together. One of my friends, he's just bought another 50-acre plot of land. He's literally came onto our call a few days ago. He's looking for people to come and live with him. You can apply to go and live in a community with people with like minds and like hearts. So we're an online tribe, but we also will be a physical tribe, like actually living together. So we have our land in Mexico. We've already got 30 families. We're going to make a go living together. We're 2 years into that project now. The first houses are almost finished. We're going to grow all our own food. So come be with the tribe. We call it the Soul Tribe. And we teach you everything, how to do the whole process. We also have business support. We're a community, so we do something called co-working. So twice a week, you literally come on a Zoom with me and we work together 2 hours on a Tuesday, 2 hours on a Thursday. I'll help you to build your business. We have trainings every Wednesday. We have marketing trainings, all included in the membership. This is the testimonial video about curing anxiety in children. So this amazing lady is a Reiki master. So you can go and watch that on my YouTube channel. If you type in Luke Scott official anxiety testimonial, this will pop up. There's loads of other testimonials there as well. And yeah, we meditate together, do ceremonies. It's just £222. So you just click join and then you can come and play. There is also a level 2. if you're interested in level 2, when you go to the checkout page, there's an option to do level 1 and level 2. Level 2 is £333. You basically learn 4 more techniques. So level 1 is 1 technique, that's the 11 steps. Level 2 is 4 more techniques. Each one is just as deep as the first one. And then once you've done level 1 and level 2, when you graduate, you get your certificate. And then once you've graduated level 1 and level 2, you can then be a master practitioner. So you could learn how to become a quantum healer in just 2 days. If you committed, you could do the whole course in 2 days, do practice sessions until you feel confident. As soon as you're confident and you've done successful sessions, you let me know, and then we will give you a certificate. Now you're a certified practitioner. You can go and do this with clients. You can build this as a side income if you want to, or it can become your full-time thing. I want every single person in Q-RIT to thrive in all ways, physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually, financially, and we all work together. It's about collaboration. So thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate all of you. Please do go and take the aligned actions. Just from an integration perspective, there's a few things just to bear in mind. So what we did here today is we stirred up any energies that don't serve you. We let them go and we replace them with these new energies. So there might be a process of you integrating. So we set the intention that you can integrate these energies in the most easeful, graceful, and beautiful way. So just breathe that in, breathe in this intention that you integrate these energies in the most easeful, graceful, and beautiful way. You will be guided how to do that. Really nourish yourself over the next few days, whether that's bubble baths or spending time in the forest or eating the most delicious fruits or whatever it is for you that really nourishes you and tops you up. Be really extra kind to yourself. It can be wonderful after a session like this to do some journaling. Journaling is a powerful way to take things from the etheric realm, bring them into the physical realm. And so, yeah, journaling is a huge part of my practice and my channeling. Like I said, I even wrote a whole book just doing that. So it's something with practice. And every Q-RIT session you do, it's like peeling away another layer. So like I said, I did 12 sessions in 12 weeks, right? That was really intense. I do mentorships where we can either do 1 session a month or 1 session every 2 weeks, or we can do 1 session a week. If you're like me, you want to go real deep, but it is hardcore doing 1 session a week. That's real, because what happens is you do the session. So now you have this aligned action plan, and now you have to go and do those things. So you've got, if you do 1 session a week, you'd have 6 days to go and do them. If you do 1 session every 2 weeks, you have 13 days to go and do them. So depending on where you're at, we can work at your own pace too. But yeah, I hope this feels exciting. I would love to welcome you into the tribe. Like I said, you can learn online or through the live. And if you have any questions, do let me know. I'm here to support you. And I just wish you the most incredible next chapter of your journey, whatever you decide to do. Go find your tribe, find the people who have the shiny eyes, the open hearts, the ones who know how to play, because you become like the people who you surround yourself with, and we all inspire and uplift each other. So that's one of the key reasons we've got the tribe here. And we all learn from each other too. So if you have something you would want to come and share with the tribe, you could come and you could teach them your thing. We all learn from each other. It's a real magical thing we are creating here.